vegan, because the male calves, they are literally sent to the slaughterhouse. If you don't know, then India is the second largest production of beef. So in case a lot of you might not know about it, but it is also the second largest production of milk. India is the second largest production of milk. Then now the thing is, when can we just give me 2 minutes?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hi.
Yeah, ma'am.
I'm just a little bit emotional right now because I'd seen this in front of my eyes, and I used to go there for a week to 10 days just to feed that male calf. I had even named him Shiv, because he was just being separated from his mother, and they did not give him milk or any which a calf would need. They were literally so upfront with me that we just gonna in India, sending them directly to a slaughterhouse is not legal, so they would just make them starve, and when they know that they are about to die, they would just send them to the slaughterhouse, which is why the all the fancy products like the belt and the watches, which are the shoes that are being made with pure leather. If there are a lot of products where it would be mentioned calf leather, so they are being sent so that we can wear those things, and it's just so difficult to even think about it, which that was like the turning point of my life, where I was just so firm that okay, why is it so important to go vegan? It's not for the sake of yourself, but to save a life of a male calf. And every time a female calf is born, they are being treated like a queen. Like again, there was the similar case that had happened wherein a female calf was born, and they were like just giving the milk to the female calf because she has the power to reproduce. That is the only difference between a female calf and the male calf, and it's not only limited to cows, it's also with the chicken. Like whenever there's this male chicks that are born, they are directly grounded in the mixture, and every time a female chicks with they can grow up to hens and they can lay eggs, which is why they are again being treated really well. So all this cycle, it's just so difficult and so like improper, because it's just the gender discrimination that keeps happening not only in humans but in the animals. So even if I would help one single person to go vegan today, I just hope that I would. I'm a little emotional with the animals. I'm so sorry. I might just cry and do some stupid things, but really I would just help to do something that would make a change.
Yeah, ma'am, we can totally understand. Like, after hearing this itself, we are feeling like little bit horrible. So
There
you
are
must
actually
be
a
like,
lot of videos. I would really recommend you to watch it on YouTube. There are a lot of videos. Just type anything animal cruelty, how the chickens are being bought up. There are literally the factories and everything, how the dairy products are, made. Everything is there out there. It's just, we have such a beautiful brain and we just want to like keep killing people and keep killing animals just for the sake of it.
yeah, totally can understand your point over there. Yeah. So like on an individual level, what is the least that the people can do, which can make a small or a big difference?
See, the least I would expect any human to do is not to harm animal. It's like, if you can't do something good for them, it's better you don't do bad for them either. It's the simplest thing. But we have just limited our actions and our brains that oh kutta hai, अरे ये तो attack करेगा, तो निकाल दो यहाँ से. Like things like that. It's a monkey, he might just like take anything from us, so usko hakal do yahan se. But it doesn't really work that way. The least as a human we can do is not to hurt him, or maybe if something wrong is happening, stand up for them. The least is what we can do.
Yeah. So like why is individual, local, and system change essential, and how it can be made possible?
The local, yeah. So now, just like how you guys came to me just to speak about veganism, make sure that you guys at least one topic a day wherein you know how to change, not only in the veganism section, but with the environment, with the good things happening, that is pretty much necessary for the world, for the environment around us. So go step by step. It's not like, okay, आज से मैं vegan, कल से मैं vegan. It doesn't really happen that way. You go step by step. So now I have a lot of friends of mine who eat non-vegetarian things, and they really want to turn themselves into vegan. So just go step by step. You cut out a few products. You start eating at least once a week. Then you reduce yourself. Go one step at a time, and I'm sure you'll reach to that level wherein you can say proudly out loud that yes, I'm vegan. But the thing is, just like teach yourself the difference between vegetarian and vegan. There's a whole lot of difference, and people really don't know about this difference. So yeah, make sure that at least you teach your parents and your friends, your relatives, what exactly veganism is.
So would you like to give some points to differentiate both?
Yes. So vegetarian, as I said, you include the dairy products in your diet plans. Going vegan is you cut out completely that is from animals. That is the milk, paneer, everything like the milk and the byproducts of milk. That is how you differentiate between the two. But now there are people who might think that we are not harming a cow, we are just having the milk, maybe because you get protein out of it, you get B12 out of it, the cheese and all, there are vitamins and things like that. But now I don't know why do we limit ourselves with these things. There are supplements wherein you can have the supplements and not harm the animal, because the history behind it, the whole lot of procedure that is there behind getting the milk out of a cow is very, very scary. Like I said, like I explained it, there are like ways to get milk. You just artificially inseminate the cow, you forcefully breed them, you just like make sure, and at the end of it, even when the cow is done milking or giving milk to us, she will be sent to the slaughterhouse, because now the cow has no more power to reproduce, she can't give milk. So what will you do with her? You're not just gonna keep feeding her, you are ultimately going to send her to the slaughterhouse. That is like the last step in which, so if I would say that you are having milk, might as well have beef, because you are doing the same thing. You are having the milk. Now to have a milk, there has to be a cow that exists for milk. Now if she's done giving us the milk, she'll be sent to the slaughterhouse to get that particular beef content. So might as well, I can say it out loud, like if you're having milk, go for beef. There's no difference, there's zero difference. It would make two a cow because of the obvious reasons.
Yeah. Is an eco-conscious lifestyle affordable? Like people think, was I audible?
Yeah, eco, I couldn't hear you. Eco?
Yeah, okay. Is an eco-conscious lifestyle affordable?
Eco-conscious lifestyle affordable. Can you rephrase it for me? In what segment?
Like people think like becoming a vegan would be like much more costly or something like that.
Exactly. So in India, how it goes, like if you go out and to in a restaurant, and if you see the menu, the prices of vegan are always going to be higher. However, when they are actually making it, the ingredients and everything will cost a lot less than what they put it out on menu, which is why if you go and if you say butter chicken, okay, it's for 50 rupees. If you go say, oh, tofu, oh, it's 79 rupees. So the difference of those 20 rupees is just for the fashion to say, oh, I'm vegan, something like that. but only if there's a less amount of show off, or even on a menu is involved, I'm sure that a lot of people would turn into vegan. Vegan is not at all expensive. It could be like if you go out and see soy milk, it's for 129 rupees or whatever, but soy milk can be made at home. You do not have to go out and buy those products. Get soybeans, just like dip it up in water overnight, just mixie mein ghuma do, just have it all. There are ways to go vegan, but there are obviously there are a lot of people who would just say, oh, I don't want fried this thing, or I don't want this thing, or I am so vegan. But they actually, as long as they're not harming anyone and going vegan just for the sake of it, I'm still okay with that. But to go vegan, you have to know everything. Why are you going vegan? I'm not consuming animals inside of me, and I'm not gonna wear them on me. So like the calf skin belts I told you about, and the leather shoes that I told you about, you have to be overall. But people are just like, okay, vegan only includes milk, but it's for honey, if it's the silka sari, it's the leather products, it has to be overall. It's really not with milk. So as I said, like, just go one step at a time. It's very deep. To know veganism is very, even I don't know a lot of things. Like, I still have to be strong enough to like come out, speak in front of 200 students. And, I always start crying if I see a dog in pain. You'll get to know me a little better. Like if you go to my page also, I'm half of the time, I'm just like so emotional. Oh, bachche ka accident ho gaya, and I'll just like cry. So, you have to be strong enough. I don't think so. For me, it's going to take a lot of time to be that strong enough to talk without crying, and to talk without stuttering, because all those things just come back in front of my eyes, because I've seen it all. And which is why I'm firm enough to why going vegan is very important. Very, very, it's important to another level.
Yeah, we can understand about that. As you said that you are emotional because you have seen everything in front of your eyes.
Exactly. And you guys are still so young. You guys can, just change so many things around you. It's not just, okay, I love animals, but at the same time you're gonna kill a chicken. Arey, mast iska. Matlab, you don't actually ever see a cow and say कि अरे इसका तो क्या beef बनेगा. You don't see a goat and say अरे इसका तो क्या जो भी है बिरयानी बनेगा. You don't see a pig and say इसका तो क्या pork बनेगा. So this difference, this thinking that we have needs to be changed.
Yeah. So like moving forward, in this fast moving life that we are leading, how do we make time to inculcate sustainability or work towards a healthier diet? So like people go out there and we don't have time, we just consume junk food.
Right. So as I said that to get proteins, to get calcium, we know that all these things come from milk. We say that we get calcium from milk, which is so wrong. Milk is like, it's a chemical which is produced in earth. It is literally produced in earth. So plants are being eaten by cow then absorb calcium. It's actually the process. We might have learned this in school. They actually absorb calcium. We have milk when they are lactating. We have milk. So it's like it's coming from earth, from plants, from cows in their milk, and then we are consuming milk. So this is such a wrong thing. Like you have 1 tablespoon of sesame seeds and you'll have around 180 milligrams of calcium. There you have green leafy vegetable, you have so much of calcium. Spinach is there, there's dhania, corianders, you have so much amount of calcium in them. But no, we want to have it from milk, which will probably fill your stomach, but it will not give you the amount of calcium which is required. You have just a tablespoon of sesame seeds and that's it. You're done and dusted, you're about to go. That's it. But it's the same with proteins. So protein is basically an amino acid which can only be absorbed by plants. But chena kha liya, paneer kha liya, oh, mujhe protein mil gaya. It's not like that. There are dal, there is rajma, there's chana, you have that sort of thing, you'll get protein. So the only thing is you knowledge yourself in these things, where you want to get your calcium from, the protein and other multivitamins. You have a lot of options. Just leave the animals aside, and there is like full chart which is there. Choose what you like, what you don't like, make something out of it. Just salads are so good. Just a small cup of salad will fill up your stomach, and it will give you mad amount of multivitamins. But it's always up to us how you want to go about it.
Yeah. So like how does going and vegan affect your fashion choices, and in turn how does it help in environmental conservation?
Yeah, so I'm not sure of this, but just to feed a cow. So this breeding things happens not only in dogs, but it happens mainly in cows and pigs. Pigs, I'm not sure it is in India, but outside India, if you want, you can follow PETA's page. They show actually a lot of videos wherein the production, how they are being produced in a factory. They have a separate factories for all the animals, and they would just show how they fashion choices and how it affects the environment.
Yeah.
Okay, so how it actually helps the environment in a way that there is a land wherein we grow plants. We feed those plants to the cows. This is just an example that I'm giving. Okay, instead of, there are a lot of countries where you'll see hungry people just like dying after starvation, and malnourished kids and people that are there. So a land of plants is consumed by cows. Cows, once they die, we get a small amount of beef. But instead, we can grow a lot of other crops, and we can just let the animals be aside, and maybe we can just feed the things that we grow to the people that are actually genuinely hungry. But this is actually a business wherein we just focus so much on money that doing that is not going to just give us so much amount of money. But doing this, we'll get money from the cows. We send them to the male calves to the slaughterhouse. Once the mother will die, we'll again send them to the slaughterhouse. It's like a money business which keeps rotating, and it's a never ending business. So if you say that, there are a lot of posters, beef ban, beef ban. So might as well, it should be like, milk ban, because beef is not going to help anyone. But milk ban can be helpful to a lot of people. So like I said, if you are consuming milk, it might as well just start having beef, because it's genuinely making a zero difference to the cow. Because maybe right now you're having cows a milk, after 10 years she's gonna go to the slaughterhouse. The same cow will go to the slaughterhouse. So it's not making any difference. So it's not only protecting the environment, but I think there are a lot of ways wherein you can just help other people and, not touching the animals.
There isn't like obvious change when it comes to this lifestyle. So how can we ease that?
So there's never going to be an obvious change. Never. I think just going, taking a step at a time, or just doing little things, or teaching someone around you why going vegan is important, or why not harming animals is important. Like how the Muslim people, they just like they have this thing, Bakri Eid. So they would just slaughter the goat just for the sake of sacrifice, or under the name of God. So now that's something is, I have a lot of my Muslim friends who are vegan. So that's actually astonishing. But the thing is that what they actually taught me was that sacrifice is something that would come from your end, not under the name of some animals. So you sacrifice something which is very like it's very close to you, and it's about you. I like my phone, I'm gonna sacrifice this. No, I love you, and I'm gonna respect you from now. I'm gonna just sacrifice my ego for that. Something like that. So it's not going to be happen it will never happen in a day. It's a process that you need to follow. It took me 3 years to go vegan. I am a Gujarati. I love chas. I cannot think my life without chas. So to go vegan, I first had to quit chas, chai. There are a lot of things like it was never like overnight. Okay, I saw this video, I'm going vegan now. But there are a lot of strong-minded people as well who would love to go vegan like this.
Someone who thinks that can go vegan in one day would like.
Exactly, there are a lot of people, but it's always you know yourself more than anyone, you know. So if you think that just watching a video will change your mind or change the people around you, make them watch that video. It's the best thing you can do.
Yeah. Okay, so like we have another speaker with us today. So like, Kesri, can we share the screen? Okay, so like we have our next speaker for today. So he is Vivek Gaurav. He is a TEDx speaker, a global youth ambassador for their world, a social entrepreneur and founder of various youth-led communities, movements and initiatives. Being the torch bearer of the plastic-free Pune mission for conservation of biodiversity, he has also mobilized more than 1 lakh Punekars last year to volunteer on ground. His mission has now reached several states. He has actively contributed to the UN Sustainability Development Goals through his advocacy with UNDP Bangkok Regional Hub as an Asia-Pacific Field Advocate. Vivek was also awarded the Indian Youth Award and REX Karmavir Chakra by the United Nations and Icon Go in 2019. Sir, are you there?
Yes, Saloni.
Okay.
Yeah, it would be great if you could turn on your camera.
Yeah, just a second.
Yeah. So hello, sir. We also have another speaker, Rajvi Raval.
Yeah, I just was listening to the way she was speaking about veganism, and I really appreciate the efforts she has been taking. And it was really a good talk about veganism. A lot of my doubts also got resolved. Thank you so much, Rajvi.
Thanks a lot.
Okay. So, sir, now we can start with you.
Definitely.
Yeah. So what have you learned and unlearned during your journey towards a greener life?
Okay, could you please just repeat? I missed your question. You're not
okay.
audible.
Am I now?
Yes, you're audible now.
Yeah, okay. What have you learned and unlearned during your journey towards a greener life?
Yes. There has been a lot of learning when I started my journey of a greener life. But before that, I can say it helped me explore what I really, want in my life. It helped me explore my likings towards, my career, my passion, be it my family, be it the way, like Rajvi was saying, she's very emotional. She gets emotional when she, gets to know about the issues related to environment or about animals specifically. So the same way, I also got to know a lot of things, how I easily connect with nature and environment. And it was something which was already inside me. And I could, I started realizing these things when I started looking towards my life since I was a kid in my school days, whatever steps I had taken at that time. I saw people throwing waste in the open. I saw people cutting trees. Those were the moments when I really felt sad or felt bad, or I had taken some steps against that as well. So these are the things, which are within you since you are a child, and all these are just building blocks of your life. So going ahead also, I have a, long way to live, and I feel there are a lot of things I need to do. So this greener life helped me to explore those avenues. So I am a software developer by profession, and like I'm serving my notice period right now. There are last 2 days, Monday and Tuesday. I'll be completely taking a sign off from my IT life and switching to a full-time activist into environmental field. So this was something which I explored when I was working in my office for sustainability initiatives. So I was leading one of the green initiatives in my corporate social responsibility team. That's where I realized I can do a lot in this field because I can easily connect to these initiatives. And if someone like me or Rajvi who really want to work on ground, if they choose this field as a field of career and as a profession as well, we will honestly work in this field rather than just working for the sake of money or earning something out of it. So I decided to just get into this field, and I completely switched my career right now. I have applied for a master's in the same field in environmental policy and management, and I plan to work as a consultant. So I made my field of passion as a field of career as well, and now I'm moving towards it. So that's about self exploration. Greener life is not only just for the environment, it's for yourself also, which you get in return without even knowing that you are getting all those things in return.
Right.
It's just a
Even
benefit.
I would like to say something like when this COVID thing happened, only if we know about it that there was this ozone layers, a part of ozone layer above Antarctic Ocean. It actually healed itself. That was, I think, the sign from the nature itself that you humans just stay at home. You are doing nothing. Yeah, I'm just gonna heal myself, and that was the most beautiful thing that actually happened during COVID. Like everybody is in their houses, the nature is, you could actually see the dolphins near Nariman Point, like the Mumbai ones, they would know about it, that we actually saw dolphins there. There were like so many animals just coming in their natural habitat, and it was just so beautiful.
So that's how it is when we connect to ourselves, and when we try to connect to the nature as well. Everything is just in a symphony, I can say. It just
Right.
sounds natural, and it's a
Right.
natural setting, you can say. So
Right.
that's how greener life is. It's the
Yeah,
best version of you can have yourself when you just accept it and adapt it.
like as you said, you realized we know all this thing going on from the childhood, but we don't realize it when we grow up. Like you and ma'am has realized that, because that's why we are here to talk about it.
Yeah. So right now you all are NSS volunteers, I can see, or many of you might have joined just out of interest related to these topics, or they want to know more about these topics. So in coming months or in coming years, many of you can be leaders into sustainability initiatives. Some of you can take up some new innovative ideas and start implementing them. So that's how it is. Every thing you do in your professional life, in your school life, in your college life, all these things help you choose what you want to do next, and that's how this field has been for me as well.
What do you think, like on an individual level, what are the least people can do to make a big difference out of it?
Everything you do on an individual level impacts everything around you. That's how it is. So every small thing at home, whenever you are indoors, I always speak in terms of being indoors, because right now we all are locked inside our houses since the pandemic started. And there are a lot of things that can be done when you are at home with your family, with your friends inside. Right from I mostly talk about waste management practices, because plastic is something which has been a big trouble for the environment. So waste management in terms of plastic segregation at home, at source. This is the easiest thing one can do. Only thing we have to do is every day in the morning have to check what plastic is there at home. If someone has thrown some plastic in the dustbin, just removing it, cleaning it, drying it, and putting it in a separate bag. This was the smallest, gesture we could do during the pandemic. And my team, which is Pune Ploggers, all of us are really involved in this activity since the last pandemic. All of us have been doing this. So whatever plastic item is being consumed at home, we keep it aside. We collect it in a bag, and whenever we go for a plugging or a cleanup drive, we collect it at one place and give it for recycling. So around more than 200 people have been collecting it since 1 year, and it's a massive amount of plastic that was consumed at their home indoors due to the pandemic again, because everything we are buying in parcels, everything is coming in sealed packages. All the e-commerce websites, wherever you are ordering things from, everything is coming in plastic, and that needs to be stored and sent for recycling instead of mixing it up into dust, other waste, and sending it for through the landfills, through the municipality, pickups. Other than that, it was about composting. So we started promoting the household waste composting, at which comes out of kitchen. So that was one thing that people did when they were indoors, making seed balls out of soil and the fruits they were consuming during the summer. So a lot of people had mangoes at home. So instead of throwing those mango seeds out there, we promoted making seed balls, and we tried to involve kids into this activity where they can explore what these things are. So craft is there. They have to use mud, which is very good for their health as well, in terms of the nutrition they get through the soil. It's good for the skin as well. That enhances their immunity. This was the second thing which we promoted. And then making seed balls and tossing them when they go for an outing or a smaller trek. So we invited people for smaller plogging drives. So whenever they came for those plogging drives, they just were tossing those seed balls which were made. So it added some, engagement. While kids were throwing those balls, they knew that this is going to grow into a small sapling in coming days. And it's a rainy season. It will survive on its own. So smaller things at home, collecting plastic, segregating waste at source, thrifting. So a lot of our bloggers, they started exchanging their clothes, branded clothes they have at home, which easily don't get rough, or you don't feel like throwing your branded clothes. Even after using so many times, they are still intact and they have a good quality. So instead of throwing them, we promoted thrifting. So we exchange clothes now. A lot of people have been exchanging clothes by cleaning them and sanitizing them and giving it to those who want to use them again. Now, this is a small gesture of reusing someone's clothes. Those are our friends as well, and this is a huge culture which is right now being followed in the Western countries. Mostly in Germany, they are promoting a lot of thrifting things because the amount of textile waste which is being thrown every single day is growing massively. All the landfills are almost stuck with 25% of textile waste. If you go in rivers like Mithi in Mumbai, Mura, Mutha in Pune, all the banks and of these rivers are filled with lot of textile waste. So जो भी कपड़े यूज करके हो जाते हैं लोग उसको usually dump कर रहे हैं open spaces में, and then municipalities who don't have any option to treat them anywhere, they dump it into river bodies because that goes to the bottom of the river and that won't ever come back again. But during floods, all this is thrown back at the river banks. So while plogging itself, we have been removing trucks full of textile waste every single time. It's entangled with plastic. So it's a massive thing. So ये छोटी छोटी जो चीजें हैं घर पे जो waste में जाने वाली है, we are trying to avoid those things going to waste and trying to channelize them to different repurpose ways, recycling ways and upcycling ways. अब छोटा सा एक example है मेरे पास हमेशा रहता है. I just got this small glass bottle in one of the trash collection drives. So instead of throwing this and giving it for recycling, I felt of reusing it. So मेरे study table पे it's always there with a small money plant sapling. अभी एक छोटी सी idea है. मैंने upcycle कर लिया इस bottle को into a planter. Similar things can be done at home. While you don't need a lot of efforts, बस उसको clean करना है. एक money plant you'll get anywhere. Keep it in your home somewhere. It adds to the look of your house. It gives good vibes and it adds a green touch also. छोटे छोटे gestures हैं. बस थोड़ा effort देना है. We need some hours of the week. So we call it as volunteer from home week hours, which is like 4 hours for our bloggers. So it's compulsory that they log 4 hours every week and do smaller things across the week. So giving 30 minutes a day, 20 minutes a day, according to their convenience. And there are a lot of opportunities. If you try looking around yourself, just switching off a fan or light when it's not in use, closing the tap when the water is running, feeding some pet animals on the street if you have extra food left at home. Smaller gestures, but spreading a lot of kindness and warmth around. That really helps. So कुछ ज़्यादा research करना है, and I want to change the society and community and change the world by doing a lot of research for hours and hours and coming with some innovation, and then working for the society doesn't work. छोटी छोटी चीजों से start करोगे, you'll realize what the problems are, and slowly you'll go on exploring what I can do as an individual. So start around yourself with smallest things you can do at home, indoors.
So we are really glad that you all have like taken this initiatives to like see around the environment and saving it. And we are really glad that you both are here to talk about it.
People love talking and spreading ideas. I guess I got this call for the session yesterday itself, and I was like, why would I deny it? I want to talk to more people. And see, today we have 100 people in this session. I'm getting to share my ideas. So that's the best opportunity we can get ever, talking to 100 people in one go.
Yeah, like as you said about the plastic, like even after avoiding the plastic, many essential items like come in the plastic packaging. So what do you suggest that we can do with those wrappers instead of discarding them?
Yes. There are a lot of ideas available where you can utilize the plastic which is coming at your home, which is really unavoidable. And there's one principle that I personally follow. You cannot be 100% efficient, volunteer all the time. So somehow some amount of plastic is going to end up at your home. Like even Rajvi was talking about being a vegan. Sometimes there comes a point where you don't have any option at all. So you can't stop eating food. There are a lot of my vegan friends who follow this principle where they say we are 90% vegan right now, but we are trying to be 100% efficient as soon as possible. So there are these efforts needed to reach that point. So jitna ho sake utna kar sakte hai. If there is a lot of plastic coming at home, try to minimize it. But what to do with that unavoidable plastic? So uske liye do teen options we have already recommended is making eco bricks. So eco bricks is one of the ideas which got a good response because it talks about sequestration of carbon, sequestration of plastic into a bottle. So एक पानी की जो bottle है, water bottle, you have to use it and put all that plastic waste into that bottle. Start feeding that bottle with all the plastic waste. So 1 liter bottle consumes around 500 to 600 grams of plastic. अब अगर आप पूछो कि कितना है, तो a family of around 4 members, they consume 400 to 500 grams of plastic in 1 month with daily consumption of plastic. So इतना amount अगर आपने एक room में spread कर दिया, it spreads around 200 shadow. Sorry. You can spread it across a 200 square feet flooring. बहुत amount का plastic होता है, and that goes in 1 liter of plastic water bottle. So just start feeding plastic water bottles with all that plastic, and you can just distribute in any of your nearby collection points. There are a lot of eco-brick collection points all the way across the cities right now. People have been promoting. So I have one eco-brick with me. Thank you. So this is filled with a lot of plastic waste. So this consists of biscuit wrappers, milk pouches, chocolate wrappers, everything. So you have to just clean those plastic wrappers and dry them and put them in a plastic bottle. Now a lot of negativity is being spread about this idea of eco bricks, but without thinking of all those things, this is just a simple way of storing all this plastic in one bottle. इसको recycling के लिए भी भेजा जा सकता है और इसके through बहुत सारी चीजें भी बनाई जा सकती है. And those ideas are available easily on Google. If you just Google eco bricks, thousands of Google results will help you what to do with these eco bricks. Or if you don't find any relevant source, you can reach out to me. We will help you with making those eco bricks or disposing them through right channels or making use of them for some underprivileged communities. In Pune, we are making toilets for slums out of these eco bricks. We will be constructing those toilets. A lot of people have already done those in India. A friend of mine in Haryana, he has constructed 15 toilets out of eco bricks, which has been a successful project. There's a school in Assam which runs on these eco bricks. So those those videos you all might have already seen where students come with bags full of plastic. That's the only fee they collect from students. Ki fees ke jagah you give us plastic waste, and then you can learn for free in the school. So they are making eco bricks and they're constructing the school out of those eco bricks. That's how it is. And this is all multi-layered plastic, right? So whatever biscuits we eat, the color of packaging is like colorful outside and silver wrapper inside. So this is multi-layered plastic. इसको recycle करना बहुत मुश्किल है. There are very few recycling firms which accept that plastic. So वो recycling के लिए तो जा नहीं सकता. तो उसका क्या करेंगे? कचरे में तो फेंक नहीं सकते हैं. So the best use one can do out of those is just put them in a bottle and lock them for years. ये bottle degrade होने में it takes thousands and thousands of years and still it's not known that how many years, because एक bottle पानी में जो मिली it's around like 20 to 30 years old that was found in seabed. So वो still it's intact. None of the plastic particles out of it have been degraded. So the life of this bottle is around 50 years minimum if we consider. तो ये plastic अंदर का उसी में locked रहेगा for 50 years. Is going to be a benefit, bigger benefit, because in future if there comes a recycling option for such plastic which is cost effective, तो ये plastic हम easily remove करके recycling के लिए भेज सकते हैं. So this is a locking mechanism also where all this plastic waste is stored safely inside. हवा में उड़ नहीं रहा है, पानी में बह नहीं रहा है, bottle में बंद है. So it's a treasure. That's what EcoBrick Alliance also calls it. EcoBricks are a treasure for the environment. Yeah. So this is one thing which I personally recommend, which I have worked on.
Yeah, it would be the easiest way that someone could do at their houses as well.
कुछ डिफिकल्ट बताने भी नहीं वाला था, क्योंकि सब बोर हो जाते हैं ये सब सुन के कि अब इतना कब करेंगे, सबको इजी ऑप्शंस भी चाहिए, तो हमने इजीएस्ट ढूंढ के निकाला कि प्लास्टिक का क्या करे। कुछ नहीं, बॉटल ले लो, प्लास्टिक डाल डाल के उसमें घुसा दो पूरा। एक लकड़ी भी लेनी है विच वी कॉल्ड एज अ मैजिक वॉन्ड फॉर किड्स। अब सब यहाँ पे ऑल ग्रोन अप्स है, सो यू जस्ट हैव टू टेक अ स्टिक एंड पुश ऑल द प्लास्टिक इन दिस। लॉकडाउन में जिनको फ्रस्ट्रेशन आ रहा था, घर पे झगड़े चल रहे थे, उन्होंने वो झगड़ा सिर्फ इस प्लास्टिक बॉटल में निकाला है। भर भर के प्लास्टिक बॉटल्स बनाए हैं, निकोब्रिक्स बनाए हैं। So it's a stress busting mechanism also.
Yeah, it's like beneficial for us and the environment both.
Exactly.
Yeah. So like, would you like to give us an insight into greenwashing and how can we spot it?
It's all around us. Everywhere we see greenwashing these days. अभी तो Olympic ने भी greenwashing कर दिया, which is I felt people are praising it, but somewhere I felt it was greenwashing again. Anyways, any such huge gatherings require a lot of expenditure on infrastructure, traveling. So many people are traveling across the world to Tokyo. The emissions are still there. They are trying to minimize this through recycling and upcycling and promoting some green ways of conducting the games, recycled material everywhere. But this is another way of greenwashing, I can say. Wherever you feel a brand is promoting sustainability when their core theme is not sustainability and green initiatives, that is greenwashing. That's for sure. Even Rajvi would agree to this, because uh, इस जमाने का, इस वर्ल्ड का, अभी का, इस डेकेड का ट्रेंड है सस्टेनेबिलिटी. सो wherever you will go, they will talk about sustainability. Last month, in the Pride month itself, they started using rainbow flag everywhere to support the LGBTQ community. It's again somewhere they do not really support the core agenda of LGBTQ community, because still these companies and corporates are not so inclusive, but still they are promoting it because it's a norm. They have to do
Yeah.
it. Yeah. So this is all washing. So when you talk about green initiatives everywhere in the corporate world,
So
Is
I
it
would
me or
like,
have we?
yeah, sir, is that I guess there might be some network issues.
Wi-Fi got restarted and I apologize. Yeah, so about greenwashing, and I guess I've spoken enough.
Yeah. So like, is an eco-conscious lifestyle like affordable?
If you really ask me right now, it's not affordable, because when it comes to eco-conscious lifestyle, people talk about buying a lot of eco-friendly products, and right now, there's a very common trend of buying bamboo toothbrush. So it doesn't, it isn't so cost effective right now. But then if we don't promote eco-conscious lifestyle right now, there won't be an increased demand in number of such products being bought from companies, and they won't reduce the prices of these products. There's no demand of these products right now in the market. So it's a bit costly, but again, it comes at the cost of other things also. Overall, it saves a lot of money for all of us, but we all people compare it with short-term, expenses we have been doing, and short-term transaction and the short-term effects. But in the longer run, it's not really expensive. It's very helpful, because eco-conscious lifestyle promotes a healthy lifestyle too. So being healthy means less expenditure on your health in terms of hospital expenditures. So when it comes to being healthy, agar aapka khana pina acha hai, if you are immune, a lot of times you won't fall ill. That's
Right.
like waking up early morning every single. So sorry. And so that's how it is. You When you choose a eco-conscious lifestyle, it starts impacting all other factors of your life, right from uh, the choices you make when you go outside. So when you are in market to buy a lot of things, somehow this eco-conscious lifestyle comes into your mind, and you choose not to buy a lot of things, because you start thinking about this effect on the environment. Jab bhi I go for buying a lot of things, somewhere this thing starts impacting me, and I buy less. I save money, right? In the pandemic itself, all of us chose a eco-conscious lifestyle, I can say, everyone, because all of us were indoors. We didn't travel a lot. We didn't go for outings. Didn't go to hotels for eating food, because it became a compulsion to stay indoors and eat whatever it is, cooked at home. That became a problem for everyone. But that was a way of eco-conscious lifestyle, because those who believe in eco-conscious lifestyle, they choose to eat at home. क्योंकि बाहर जाके you waste a lot of food which is being ordered. You don't end up eating a lot of food. जो भी ऑर्डर करते हैं वो वेस्ट हो जाता है. Then a lot of things come in plastic. तो जहाँ पे भी बाहर खाओगे street food, it comes in a lot of plastic. Whenever you go for movies, you end up buying popcorn and cold drinks and all that comes in plastic. So ये जो outings बंद हो गए थे, that saved a lot of money, as well as promoting an eco-conscious lifestyle at a personal level for everyone. So in the longer run, it's not expensive, but if you just start comparing it with your day-to-day expenses, it might turn out to be very expensive.
I guess there is a question in the chat box. So for you.
Yes, so it's about thrifting and about thrift clothes so as to decrease textile waste. Yes, it's an idea where you give up your clothes to one of the representatives or any store which is promoting thrifting, and they will give you some incentives in return, or some coupons or vouchers in return. So अगर आपके कपड़े हैं जो घर पे अच्छे कंडीशन में है, but which do not fit you right now, because of you have been using them since a long time, or you're done using your clothes and you want to buy new, thrifting stores accept good quality branded clothes, and they put those clothes on sale with discounted prices so others can buy from the same store. So there are a lot of thrifting stores available online. You can just check on Instagram with #thrifting, and there are a lot of stores which will come up in the suggestions. Other than that, you can make thrifting groups where you can put up photos of your costumes or apparels which are in a good quality, and you can then share with each other. So here there won't be a monetary transaction, it will be an exchange of clothes which are in a good quality. And जैसे hostel में, I have been staying in hostel since a long time, and this is a common trend where guys share each other's clothes at such for different events and occasions. So this is the same way people should start doing things, because anyways, a lot of clothes are not being used by people right now. Closet में पड़े रहते हैं. So this is a waste of money as well as a problem for the environment. And we all being, consumers buying a lot of clothes doesn't actually help the environment. That's the reason we are promoting thrifting. We buy less and just keep exchanging so that you get a variety to use as well as a lot of brands to use if you want branded clothes, and you save a lot of money. So exchange and sell them on a second hand price. And even if you don't want to do that, there's Indian way of doing it. अपने घर पे जो maids and servants आते हैं, जो कबाड़ी वाले आते हैं, keep a bag full of old clothes for them. They will give you something in exchange, or if you don't want anything in return, just donate them with a kind gesture. Ki, these are very good clothes. We have used them once or twice, and we are giving it to you. You can use them for your kids or your family members. This is Indian and local way of thrifting. Just don't throw textile waste. क्योंकि उससे बहुत ही ज़्यादा प्रॉब्लम्स हो रहे हैं. They get entangled into the water bodies. फिर वो पेड़ों पे अटक जाते हैं, उसमें प्लास्टिक मिक्सअप हो जाता है, तो बाद में उसको निकालना भी मुश्किल है. And they start rotting in the water, which is another problem for the river water.
Okay. So we are done from our side. Sadhak, would you like to continue?
Yeah, so thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. It was a really great and impactful session. We have learned a lot today. Our participants must surely have got a broader idea how they can contribute and make our environment a better place. So here's a note from our team. Our UPG NSS team is organizing the most awaited drive blood donation 2021. So we would like to invite all the participants and ma'am as well, you to attend our UPG NSS blood donation drive, which is on 13th August at our college campus. So we'll be sharing the registration link and the posters in the chat box, and we would like you all to enroll in it and help us to make our event a greater success.
Yeah, so participants, please check the chat box. I have sent the blood donation message, which also contains the registration link for the BD. Okay.
So thank you so much for taking time and conducting this wonderful session for us. And it was really worth talking to you both. We got very good insights about
just a second, guys. Wrong message has been sent. I'll send you now.
And also thank you the participants for attending this session.
So usually when I conduct sessions for NSS as such, I take a written gift from those sessions without asking the team about it. That's a special privilege I just give myself, that I need a promise from all the attendees that they will choose at least one habit out of whatever we have discussed, or whatever they find very much suitable for their routine and lifestyle, and do something on a routine basis for the environment, not for themselves but for the environment specifically, because we have to emphasize this point that we all have to start acting right now in terms of some action at our individual level. So कुछ भी एक ऐसा opportunity ढूंढिए जहाँ पे आप खुद contribute कर सकते हैं. Be it anything, Google and you'll find thousands of ideas. Choose one and start doing that. If you find it really effective for yourself, you can let us know कि हमने ये promise किया था इस session में and it's working. So I have been receiving messages from previous sessions where people started composting or making eco bricks, and now they post stories about it and they mention us. So that really feels good, because there should be some outcome out of any session other than knowledge sharing, and that should be some action on ground as well. So I guess थोड़ा बहुत promise मिल जाएगा तो बहुत अच्छा रहेगा, and that would be a fruit of this session. And Saloni, you have been a very wonderful host. Thank you for asking some good questions and making us feel quite comfortable with the entire group. It was a great session, I can say.
Thank you, sir. And we will be sharing our feedback link in the chat or on the group, WhatsApp group. Thank you for attending. We are like that. Today's session is completed.
Yes. Thank you, Sonali. Thank you for having us.
Thank you, ma'am. We were glad to have you actually.
All right, I'm signing off. Bye, everyone.
Bye, ma'am. Bye, sir.
Bye bye. Thank you.